on my screen so I can see it.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Erica. You are the first one here. Hi, Deneen. Say hi to Ginger, my special guest.
This is so exciting.
She's doing a live weekend. Not just Saturday, a whole weekend.
Well, and then I have my videos on Friday too. So it's like I've seen everybody Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This has been an awesome weekend.
By the way, I love your lives on Friday. I can actually watch most of them. I'm so excited because I have my lunch from 12:45 to 1:45, so I get to watch at least 45 minutes. Hi, Gail and Kim and Dana. Hey, Boo, you're here. Hi, Liz. Dana, it's so good to see you. I was just watching your wonderful video you put up that you bought your Tunisian hook. Can't use them. Hi, Donna. Rainy, Ohio. I know. Oh my gosh. Hi, Rose Cottage Studio. How are you? This is Ginger, the Yarn Geek. Everybody says hello, South Carolina. Hi, Lou. Oh, we got, okay, so Gail and Erica are both from South Carolina. Are y'all live close to each other? I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get on because I don't know if you heard it, Ginger, but the wind is so crazy loud, and I live in a mobile home, and so the siding and oh my word, it's going to about ready to blow me away.
I haven't heard anything yet.
And you're South Carolina too, Cynthia. Hi, Barbara, my neighbor. Ginger, I don't know if you knew, but Barbara lives about 20 miles from me.
Really?
Yeah, she lives right down the street from me, and we have never met.
Oh my gosh.
We have yet to do, because we realized it in the middle of COVID, and we haven't been able to get together yet.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, everyone.
How's everybody doing? Love me some Yarn Geek, Dana says. Well, I hope you love me too, Dana.
I love you guys too.
Hi, Maribel.
If you guys see me looking off in the corner right here, I've got my computer set up so that I can see the chat. When I have it, I'm streaming from my phone, and so I can't see the chat on my phone. If I touch my phone, I don't know about you guys, but I'm technologically not gifted, and it will make me kick me off. I'll go somewhere else, and
yeah, we don't want that. We want you to stay with us. Yes. Hi, Mama Kay. So today we got so much to talk about with Ginger. I'm so excited. I hope we can get it all done in half an hour, not half an hour, in an hour. We've been talking for half an hour already, but oh my goodness, we got a lot to go over. And y'all, oh, thank you, sweetheart. Dana sent me a super chat. I love you too. I appreciate that. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Wanda. Had to get the koi goldfish pond pump running again, and it set off my, oh no, Barbara, I bet that's bad with all the water. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Allergies, you guys, I was telling Ginger earlier, I don't know what happened, but overnight I went into full-fledged menopause. Thank you very much. And on top of that, we got this huge, I mean, it's a terrible front that just came in, and oh man, I'm telling you, my sinuses are kicking my rear end. Hi, Rochelle. So yeah, I've had to change my top like 3 times today already. Ginger, poor thing, she's like, go change your shirt.
Well, when you changed your top, I went into my room and put on some deodorant. So
oh, okay. Oh, okay. So We got everybody saying hello. Diane, hi. How are you? Ah, you had it bad, Samantha, huh? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's oh my goodness, where do I start? Let's show all of our products last. Okay, we'll do all of our products last.
Okay,
But
sounds
today
good.
we're going to concentrate on Tunisian. And I thought, okay, I don't know Tony from Adam, but I know Ginger, and I know Ginger loves Tunisian probably more than I do. Right?
I love everything. I love everything crochet.
Yeah, me too. Welcome to the world of old, I mean, mature women. Mama Kay, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Whew. Karen, hi. Karen McGlone is from Bristol, England.
Ooh.
Diane says, hi, Yarn Geek. Crafty Chats, hi. Liz, this is, oh, you know what? I forgot to bring the pattern in. This is from a book that I have. I think
That is
I
gorgeous.
love
I
this.
love that.
This is, I realized that this is Karen Cotton Cakes. I'm pretty sure this is a Karen Cotton Cake.
Ooh, I love that
Oh,
colorway.
yes. Diane, Yarn Geek. That's the name of her channel. It's Yarn Geek. And yes, it's amazing. You need to go check her out. Deneen, I find Tunisian very relaxing. Only just started. Yes. Sandy, my sweet. Love you, honey. Sandy Crochet A is here. Oh, Deneen said you and I, Ginger, got her started on Tunisian.
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Okay, so yeah, let's start there. Let's start with Ginger. Where and how did you get started with Tunisian?
It was, let's see, 5 or 6 years ago. It was 2016. So that would have been 6 years ago. I saw at my local yarn store a knitted version of do you say entrelac or entrelac?
Entrelac. I say entrelac.
Okay, entrelac. And I was like, oh my gosh, do you have like a pattern for this? And she showed me the pattern and she started talking to me and said, you know, you can also do this in crochet. I was like, really? Because I was, you know, crocheting and knitting at the time, but I really wanted to crochet it. And so she showed me some of the things. The books were too expensive at that time. I had like zero money. So I got online and looked up Tunisian entrelac crochet and saw the crochet crowd came up, and Mikey had made the video.
And
so
he made a pillow, didn't he?
And that's what all my pillows in the background, see that one right there?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yes.
And oh, and these right here.
Yes.
Right here. That right when I learned that, I got obsessed with making all things entrelac. So I made countless entrelac crochet pillows and blankets.
Ginger, I watched that exact same video, and I did a blanket for a friend, a small blanket. It took me forever and a day to do it. I did it with just a regular hook, that or ergonomic hook. And is that how you did yours?
That's how I did mine. In fact, I didn't buy a Tunisian hook until, I don't know, a year or two ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And the funny thing is that I have started another one in black and gray, and it's been in my UFO pile for like 4 years now. And I got it out and I was like, okay, this is too big for a pillow, but too small for a blanket. So what do I do? Everybody kept saying, finish it and make a blanket out of it. And it's still sitting in the UFO pile because I can only do like for about 20 minutes because that pulling, that twisting of that small, because it's so tight, you know, I wanted, and that pulling action hurts my wrist. Regular Tunisian doesn't, but that entrelac hurts my wrist for some reason.
You know what you could do? And I made up this stitch on mine. Let me grab something real quick and I'll show you.
Okay. Samantha, thank you so much. Yes, it does help, especially if it's cotton. And cotton yarn always helps, right?
Okay. So along with the finished blankets I have, of course it's me, and I have untold amount of whips.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm having here for something like this.
Okay.
Well, I made up this stitch along the edges.
Okay.
That you crochet like a single crochet in both top ones, you know, right where the corner is.
Right.
And then a half double crochet. And
yeah.
A double crochet. And then across the next 4, you make a triple crochet in the next 4 to make 1. So it brings it together. And so it folds it. And then you do the same up the side and do it all along. So at the end, you have a straight side.
Yes.
For your Tunisian piece. So I was thinking with all of my things that I have like this, I don't care if it looks wonky. What I'm going to do is sew it up like that. And then I'll have a rectangle, but then we'll sew around the top.
Oh, that's a great idea. And make a rectangle pillow, right? Instead of a square.
Yeah. Or if you wanted to, you could just go up the sides, you know, and make each side with the flat sides so that you have still the jagged sides at the top, and you can make it like zigzag, you know, as you go around.
Great idea. Great idea. Yes. Oh, that's you know what? You just gave me an idea. So I might just get that back out and just finish it off and not make a blanket out of it. Instead, do something else with it. Or Ginger, think about this. Doing it on a diagonal and folding it down like an envelope fold, right?
And make a pillow out of that. Yeah, just like, you could have a pillow right now. All you have to do is get the stuffing and there you've got a square pillow.
And nowadays you can find those pillow forms in just about any size.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. In fact, that's a great idea. I might do this because it would look just like this. The pillow would look like that.
Yeah, that's perfect, right? I love it. Okay, let me go back and say hello to everybody who just joined us. Okay. Hi, Cynthia. Cynthia Joyful Creations is here, and Granny D and Sandra. Hello, everybody. Julie Murray. Hey, Julie, did you end up going to Ophelia Talks to Anya's live? Good seeing you. And look who's here. Julie from Whippy Chick is here. Hi, Reggie from J Hook. And oh gosh, it's so great to see everybody. Hi, Joyce. How is everybody doing today? Oh, this is so great to see everybody. You know what? I feel like Alicia right now interviewing Crystal.
Oh gosh. Crystal and I each do have 5 kids.
So. Yeah, that's true. True. That's very true. Okay, so let's go and talk about some other things Tunisian. Okay, so how did you learn? You said you went to Mikey from to learn the entrelac. So when you go to learn a new stitch, a new stitch pattern with Tunisian, what kind of a memory do you have is what I want to know. I mean, like, do you can you do like a row or two and boom, you've got it, you know how to do it, and you can just, you don't even have to follow the rest of the pattern or anything? Or are you the kind that has to rewatch to make sure you've got everything right? Or do you need to read a pattern? How do you do yours?
with the interlock pillow pattern or the crochet pattern, or I mean the blanket pattern, I've practically got that on muscle memory. It's just on autoplay. I can do that without. Now when I'm learning a new stitch or I'm learning a new item, then I usually, watch the video a couple of times until I've made something 4 or 5 times. I have to keep watching that video over again, or reading the pattern.
Do you make it along with them, or do you like stop the video and then do it and then what? You know what I mean? How do you?
Sometimes I'll put the video on and then I'll pause it when it gets to a part where, okay, I need to stop, I need to, crochet the rest of this row, like where they say, here, we'll meet back at the beginning of the next row.
Right.
Do that. And then I kind of go along with them. And then when I go to make it a second time, I'll like do it the same way. But when I get to the point where I can just leave the video on and just kind of go along with them,
right,
then I pretty much don't need to use the video anymore.
Right. So back, I'm sorry. Let me go back here because Birdsong, my friend Becky, is saying hello. Becky is my friend. She lives down the street too. She lives a little further away, but she's my neighbor too. And Sandy Crochet asked a question earlier and we missed it, but she asked, are you a knife or pencil grip holder?
I'm a knife. You're
a knife holder.
I'm savage.
Yeah, I am too. Now, Sandy, I was thinking about that. I know that you're a pencil grip holder and you were having issues with that. I want to suggest that you watch Kristen Omdahl. She is a pencil grip holder for everything. She is a pencil grip holder for all of her crochet. Tunisian, you have to be a knife grip. You can't there's no way to do Tunisian as a pencil grip. And she explains that a little bit. So if you look at some of her there's an older video, and I can't remember which one it was, but she does explain that. So you might want to go back and look under Kristen Omdahl, look at some of her tutorials. Mad Mimi, Laura, hi, honey. She said, hi, Petra and Yarn Geek. How are y'all this great afternoon? I've had better days. Julie is looking marvelous as usual. Not Julie. You're not Julie. You're Ginger. Ginger.
Julie and I are sisters.
Oh, yes. Sisters from other misters, from different misters.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm so sorry. Ola Joe, hey girlfriend, how are you? Hey. Let's see here. And Ola Joe's reminding everybody about the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Oh, and Julie posted your link. Thank you so much. And there's another Julie. Okay, so chat looks great on you. That's cute, Julie. That was Julie Chaffee Maza. Okay, so all right. Here is I actually had to tell her this question beforehand so she would get prepared and to be able to answer this one. We talked about how personality and history, how we learned to crochet, plays a big part in our crochet whip pile and our and just how we crochet. So I want you to explain to everybody why you have such a big, large stack of whips.
Mount Whippius.
Mount Whippius, that's right.
Well, it's because I'm sure if I would have, when I was younger, I would have been on the ADHD list. I think that's what it is. I seriously have a very short attention span. The next sparkly thing, the next sparkly yarn always gets me, and I need to do it next. It's just, I am very, I guess you would say, maybe a little high strung. I'm very excitable. I've got anxiety issues. Of course, I've talked about how I take medication for that. For some reason, it doesn't slow me down on whips.
Yeah.
But, I think that's why I jump from thing to thing. The thing is that I don't start and then throw it away. I keep it, obviously, because I do want to finish it, because I love every single one of my whips.
Right, right. So, okay. So now we talked about how many, lots and lots of whips, but where do you find time to live life when you're crocheting? Like, when do you find time to clean the bathroom and vacuum and dust and all those kinds of things? Who does those things?
Well, okay. This is where it's kind of good to have teenage boys, and kind of there are pros and cons. The wonderful thing, the thing that has saved my life, is that my husband was in the military, and at times he was a drill instructor.
Enough said. Yes.
So they do their share of chores. But, I'm like Julie's naughty hooker. Julie, the whippy chick's naughty hooker. I'm sitting there and they're like, Mom, we're hungry. It's time for dinner. And it's like, what? Do I have to?
Right. Yeah.
But I managed to pry myself away from the yarn. But it's perfect because it's right here in the middle of the house. I've got my yarn room strategically placed so that I can do things, come right back to my yarn room. Do things, come right back to my yarn room. Something needs to be done. They're like, Mom, listen, just put down your yarn for a minute. Please help me. And then you can get back to your yarn. So I keep myself right where everybody needs me.
Yeah. You're in the center of everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So Diane asked, how long have you been crocheting?
Gosh, that would be about 41 years, since I was 10. My grandma taught me how to crochet when I was 10.
Yeah, I love that. I think I was about 8 when my grandma taught me how to crochet. So Rochelle's got the same thing. Ooh, sparkly. Hi, Shell. And Dittmer says hello. Oh, you're stuck with, okay, look here. My shelving unit. Bev she went ahead and bought some, and so she's so excited about setting up her yarn space with all of her new cubes. I can't wait.
That's exciting.
Can't wait. So let's see here. Crafty Chest, the boys know the system by now. That's so true. Hey, look who's here. Hey, Lisa. Love you, girl. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep asking questions. And if anybody has any questions, pull them up in the chat and I will try to get back to them. Okay. I asked you that. Okay. So let's talk a little bit just about crocheting in general. Do you have any unicorn projects?
I don't have a unicorn, but I have had a mermaid project.
A mermaid, okay. What is your mermaid project?
I was testing a pattern for one of my friends on Instagram, and it was a crocodile stitch mermaid tail.
Yes.
And I made the first one for the pattern test, and it was pretty pastel. Each layer was a different color in rainbows, with a white brim and a white tail down at the bottom. The
Oh my,
post is on.
how long did it take you to do that? I mean, the crocodile stitch is, I mean, it's beautiful when it's all worked
Yeah,
up, but man, it's so time consuming.
it is. Gosh, it took a little less than a week. And it was, I made it, it was for stocking. What it is it's a mermaid tail stocking for
Okay.
Christmas time. And of course, I did it in non-Christmas colors. I used the Loops and Threads Capri yarn, which I just love for that project. Finished that and saved it to give to my daughter, Brandy, who is going in the hospital tomorrow to have my granddaughter.
Oh, yay! I'm so excited for you. Is this your first grandbaby? No, it's not.
Second.
No, yeah, second. Yeah, I remember now.
Second.
Yeah. Oh,
but I have another one around here as a whip. I just don't know where it is right now.
okay. Let's see here. Somebody popped in here. I love to crochet. Hi, how are you? Okay. Julie asked, good question. What's the hardest stitch for you to do? What is the stitch you are the least fond of, and what stitch is your favorite? Oh,
wow.
That's a good one. Okay. Now I haven't tried all of them.
Right.
So let's see here. The hardest stitch for me to do. Well, I'll tell you what my least favorite is. My least favorite is a granny stitch. I do not like granny stitch. I don't like granny squares. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm least fond of that. My favorite, what about you? You tell me, because
the hardest stitch for me to do, and this is crazy because this is the one stitch that I have to look up every time I do it again. And it's probably one of the simplest stitches, but it's like the backwards crab.
See, I have not done that. I mean, I saw Mikey from the crochet crowd do it one time. I have not done that.
I love it. I love it. I did a pattern test where I made it for the bottom of a basket. In fact, I have the basket right here. And I love the way it looks.
Yeah, I love the way it looks too. I just haven't never done it.
Yeah. But every single time without fail that I need to do a crab stitch, I have to look it up. I have to look at the tutorial. I have to learn it again.
Okay. I think the hardest stitch, I think you might, it's not that it's hard, but it's, again, it's like you said, Ginger, it's one of those stitches that I have to go back. Cable stitches. I have to keep going back and trying to, I have to do them over and over and over again. I mean, I have to go back every single time because everybody has a different way of teaching them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to find the one that works for my brain. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
My favorite stitch, I would have to say my favorite stitch is the practical half double crochet.
Mine too. I was just gonna say mine too.
Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is I have made so many scrap gans out of half double crochet.
Yes.
And when I use multiple strands of yarn, I started off using like 2 and 3 in my very first YouTube video ever was about my scrap gans. And
was that the one you did in 2019?
It was.
Then that doesn't count.
Okay. Well, it makes great scrap gans. And then Julie Whippy Chip came out with a tutorial for the rug where you use like 6 strands of yarn. And I was like, I can use up so much yarn doing that. Yeah. So I used the half double crochet with 5 strands of yarn. Yeah. And I'm obsessed with that right now. So I'm almost finished with my second.
Well, I find the half double crochet is so, you can, if it calls for, if whatever you want to do. If it calls for a single crochet, do a double. It takes half the time. If you,
Mhm.
if it's, if you want to do, like right now, I'm doing a, um, one of those.
Sure.
One of those, that goes up and down and up and down. And most people use a double crochet. This
Hmm.
one calls for a half double crochet. The ripple stitch. Thank you.
Right,
That's
right.
what I wanted. And it works, if you want, if it's a double crochet, but you want the stitches, the pattern, the thing to be not so holy, use a half
Hmm.
double. I mean, you could
Hmm.
use it for everything. I just love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay, so Shannon Oliver popped in, and Becky and Gina and Glenda. Yeah, Lady Bird Lisa says she's right with me with the granny squares. Yes. Shell is here. Let's see here. Crafty Chat says my favorite is the granny shell stitch, and squares, can't get enough. And oh, Samantha says that's her least favorite is the reverse single crochet. Tina joined us. I just missed it. Tina says hi. Okay. Let's see here. That not Jamie says you both mentioned that you learned to crochet at the ages of 8 and 10 years old. Thanks to Whippy Chick, Julie, my 9-year-old has learned to cast on. Yay! That's awesome. That's awesome. Yay, yay, yay. Dina's here and Christy. Okay. Mom K says, are either of you participating in a crochet along? Are you doing one right now?
Well, let's see. I've started maybe 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is one cow going on now that I was thinking about doing, but I already know how to do it. Furls, if you guys like
Yes.
furls, has that Tunisian
Yes.
crochet pillow. So if you guys want to learn how to make those, there's a crochet along on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not right now. I love crochet alongs though.
Yeah. Sunita, hi. Hi, Sherry and Sydney. Hi, Lorley. So for me, I'm not doing a crochet along only because I know me right now. I'm just not, my mindset just isn't in it right now. I mean, there's one I want to do. I want to do Ophelia Talks' new one. She's got a mystery cow that she's doing that I really want to do. But no, look, will the yarn hookers ever have a cow? LOL. That's
Actually,
Julie said that.
yeah, I think we talked about that at one point in time, but I
Yeah.
think we agreed to put it on the back burner
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
while.
I love cows because I love the camaraderie, but
Mhm.
I just have so many whips going on right now. I really just want to finish something, and I've got a stack over here of patterns. I wanted to put the yarn with the pattern and everything, but I just can't. I've got this stuff I got to get done. I just don't want to start anymore. And I feel like if I don't finish something, that I'm going to lose it. I'm going to just lose it because I'm running out of room to store all the whips, and I just want to finish things so that I can get rid of them, say bye, I got you, I'm done with you, let's get on with something new and fresh. But like you said, you love them, I wanted, but I just don't have any room to put them. I keep mine in baskets like this, especially big ones like this. Here's one, I've got my sweater that I just haven't finished, and I just got too many. I got too much. Bev, this is a pattern I got out of a book. I'll try to remember to grab it here before we get done and bring it back here so you can see what it was. Julie says, we did, just kidding. So many life stuff. Yes, life stuff. For those that came in a little bit later, yeah, you're going to lose it, Bev. I'm going to lose it. Yeah. I am overnight. I don't know what happened, but overnight I just menopause hit me like a ton of bricks. And I have been dealing with the sinus pressure buildup in my head all the way down to my rear, and hormones just all over the place, and it's just not nice. So trying to find something to work on just to finish it up, that's going to be it. So I Love to Crochet is focusing on the Helen Shrimpton's blankets and a few shawls. Let's see here. Do you donate your finished objects, sell them, or collect them? Okay, that was for both of us. Let me put that up here. Julie asked that. Do you donate your finished objects, sell them, or collect them? Go ahead. You answer that first.
Okay. I give a lot to my family and my kids, and there's no end in the wintertime to the amount of hats and scarves that I give to my kids, and they take somewhere and I never see them again. So I don't know how many people out there in Lawrence are wearing Yarn Geek hats and scarves that were, I donated.
Yeah.
And then I have a lot of finished objects in tubs. They're clear tubs, so you can see what they are. And I'm having an Etsy thing. Everything's 50% off in my Etsy store this month. All of my handmade items. Trying to get rid of some of those. Might have to mark them down a little more. I don't know. But I haven't taken them to Goodwill or anything yet to donate them, because I wouldn't do that. No, because I know somebody would be looking at them and thinking, that's a good thing to take apart and use for another
day. Yeah, right.
And then I wear my sweaters.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do wear a lot of your stuff. You got some hats and your shawls and scarves and towels and stuff you wear. Yeah. I like to gift mine, and I shouldn't say I don't ever donate. I've got a stack of only about 5 or 6 hats for Hat Not Hate. I want to start collecting for that. But as far as donating, when you say donate, I like to gift them. And if I don't know somebody right away that I'm making it for, specifically, I have somebody specific in mind, I put it in my FO bin, and then if somebody has a birthday or Christmas comes along, I try to match up something for that person that would fit them. And I have things that I've made that I just am so in love with, but I just don't want to give them away. I just don't know what to do with them. So I don't know about those, but all of my wearables, I usually keep. I keep my wearables, or I give them to my mom, so she can wear them. So, okay. Let's see here. Let me do that. This sound okay. So, Ginger, let me have you answer another question while I go through the thing. Okay. Okay. How specifically has crocheting, knitting, Tunisian, whatever, impacted your life?
I would say it helps keep me sane. I am very OCD. And in fact, I'm diagnosed with OCD. And when I sit down to crochet a blanket, I have to have something that I just mindlessly do over and over and over. And literally, I love my yarn because it keeps me calm and keeps me from jumping around and keeps me from I don't know.
Yeah. It keeps you focused. Does it keep you focused?
It keeps me focused, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, just I would say the very act of doing it and the very act of having the yarn and organizing it. And the other thing is that I was building up all of my yarn and I just wanted to tell everybody about it. I would always want to tell everybody about it, like my family and friends. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Even the people at the yarn store are like, well, yeah, there's more to life than yarn. So I
But for
started
some of us, it's not. It's not.
exactly. So I started watching. My mom told me about The Secret Yarnery and Bag a Day, and she's like, you got to watch these channels. She told me about them for about a year before I finally did. And that was like
Okay.
3 years ago. And then so for the next year, I just watched those two channels. And I was like, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I that's what I started doing. And in the last year, I went from like 0 friends in my yarn realm to thousands. And you know, and some really, really good
Good
friendships.
friends. Yeah.
And that's how I think that's the biggest impact is
Yeah.
it went from personally making me feel better to like making even everything better as far
Yeah.
as having friends and talking to people
Yeah. Yeah.
and things
Yeah.
like that. Because I'm, you know, like we were talking about earlier, I'm an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to meet people when you're an introvert.
Right. Right.
And you,
Exactly.
I love you guys. We're all
Yeah.
yarny
So
people.
Cynthia asked a good question. What's your favorite brick and mortar store and what's your favorite online store?
Oh gosh. My
My favorite brick and mortar is Hobby Lobby. Because I love, I don't think there's any of the yarn there that I don't like. Because I can go into Michael's. Joann's I don't care for because they don't have very much in my Joann's. And I go into my Michael's and they have such a a wimpy collection that I just, there are things that I don't like. I mean, they carry certain yarns that they're not my favorites. But everything in Hobby Lobby I love. But more importantly to me anyway, is how I feel when I go into Hobby Lobby. I feel creative. I feel like I could do anything. Like, to me, that's why it's my favorite brick and mortar store. I mean, not everybody feels that way. I know, but that's, how do you feel? What's your favorite?
oh gosh. It depends on the season. I have 4 favorite brick and mortar stores, all for different reasons.
Okay.
Hobby Lobby for the Hobby Lobby clearance.
Yeah.
Because I love finding good deals.
Right.
But I love all the Hobby Lobby yarns too.
Right.
Joann's, I love because they have really good sales at times.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they've got different yarns there. So I think it's the hunt that
Oh, okay.
remember, I'm the multi-whip person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
and then Michael's, I love when they get the new Karen cakes in.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is always super fun for
Yeah.
me. And finding the good deals. That's why I go on the yarn loop, is because
Yeah.
I hit all of those stores and, you know, find the new things
Well,
they
what's
have.
the fourth one?
The fourth one is my local yarn store. That's literally
Okay.
like a 5-minute walk from me. I live
Right.
close to downtown, and it's got amazing yarn, all from the very top, price, $100 a skein, all the way down to, I think the lowest they have is $4 and $6 a skein for like Plymouth yarns and some of the smaller yarns. But it's a huge store,
Right.
locally owned, and they don't just focus on knitting. They
Right.
focus on
Yeah.
also crochet, weaving,
Yeah.
spinning.
That's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
the only local yarn store I've been to is the one in Nashville. And when I went in there with Donna, um, we even asked her, I said, where's your crochet? I mean, they have an
Mhm.
entire wall. I mean, a huge wall of knitting needles,
Mhm.
just knitting needles, circular DPNs. They have everything. And yet they have a little two sides of a little swivel thing of crochet, not even
Mhm.
crochet hooks, just crochet supplies. And
Right.
it's just so frustrating. And I asked her, I said, why? She said, it's supply and demand.
Mhm.
When people come in here, they look for knitting things. And I said, well, that's stinks. And I said, what about Tunisian? She says, it's a fad. Tunisian in a local yarn store. She said it's a fad. It goes in and out and in and out. We'll get like um, a whole selection of Tunisian hooks, and they'll sit there forever. And then we have to send them back. And 2 weeks later, 2 months later, everybody's coming in and asking for them. So we just don't even bother selling them anymore. Isn't that sad?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah. So my favorite online store, two different, two different. It's Webs and Kristen Amdahl. It's a good toss up between those two. How about you?
Oh gosh, I think Hirschner's is my favorite
Kirsten,
online
yeah.
store because they have, well, Hirschner's and Lion Brand. They Lion Brand didn't have as good a sales this year, but the year before they had awesome like dollar sales. Hirschner always has some really good sale going on.
Right. Yeah.
So both of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Shell says, I love your yarn too. Talking about you. Just kidding. And no, actually, I love my yarn for the same reason, Yarn Geek. Yeah. Okay. And then Julie asks, do either of you have hobbies or crafts that you enjoy?
Does knitting count?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sure. Um, I, hobbies. I love to read. And I haven't done any of it lately, but I love to write. And I haven't, and I used to collect, and I'm gonna do an actual video of it one day. But if you think I have a lot of these, you should see my collection of fountain pens that I had collected when I was writing. Had a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, so I do that.
I,
Okay, who else has got questions here? Go
I
ahead.
just want to add in plants. I love
Yes,
my plants. And
botany.
little known fact, I worked at Home Depot and Lowe's in the lawn and garden departments for years and
Yeah.
years.
Hmm.
I had a collection of over 250 houseplants
Yeah,
because I
I
would
remember you
always
said
bring the
that.
sick babies home and bring them back to health and grow them into trees, which I have a
Yeah,
lot of now, and
yeah, yeah.
propagate
Now,
and
what do
all
you
that.
do with them when they get too big, or what do you do with them? Do you gift them? Do you donate them? Do you plant them outside? What do you do with them?
Well, one year I put them outside too early and a bunch of them froze. So that killed off about 20 of them, which I was super sad about. And only one of them lived. Because its roots, the everything died off, but the roots lived. So
Right.
now I have I think I have somewhere around 15 big trees, and I haven't been collecting smaller ones anymore just because I've got so much yarn. And
Yeah.
I've covered up
Yeah.
windows with yarn.
Yeah.
But I have those, and I'm not getting any new ones anytime soon.
Yeah. Okay, a couple people popped in here. So we got Jamie popped in here. Hi, Jamie. And oh, Erica from TLC Side Crafter asks if you've tried Tunisian mosaic.
I haven't. And Kim from Affordably Crafty, she does Ribbler with me, and of course, Affordably Geeky, but she showed me on Ribbler that there's a Tunisian mosaic project that was in testing, and I was going to try it, but I just had too many things going on at the time, and I don't like to start something that I'm testing for somebody if I know I'm not going to be able to finish it.
Yeah.
But I have wanted to. That's one thing that I really, really want to learn this year.
Oh, that's cool. That's on your bucket list for this year, right?
Yeah.
So Julie asked another good question. Are there any yarns in your collections that you just can't bring yourself to use because you love it so much?
Got 95% of them.
Yeah. I this okay, this is a yarn. I've already caked it all up, but they still have some of this. This is Knit Crate, and it's purple, and it's their sugared sport, and it is merino, nylon, and stellina, and I have 6
Ooh.
cakes of it. Okay, and they still have it, so I could still order more. So I've got 3. It's 300 yards each, so I've got a lot. It's just too pretty to use. I mean, look at that. It's so sparkly, you know. I mean, it's just cool. Just can't use it.
They become part of the family.
What's
Like,
that?
sometimes you just like to hold them and hug them.
I know. It's
love
so
them.
pretty. I mean, I caked it up, and now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have caked it up because I liked it when it was in its hank form, you know. But oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one of them. And several of my Kristen Omdahl yarns, I just love them. I love them. Okay, so it's getting to be at the end of our time here. So I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to talk about this. You got your book?
I've got it right here.
Okay, all right. So this book, is this your first Tunisian book?
It is.
This is my first.
I got this and volume 2 at the same time.
Yeah, but you know why I got it? The
Why?
name of the author.
I noticed that.
Do y'all see the name of this author? Look at her first name.
She has a beautiful name.
Yeah. Well, oh, and it's funny. I have to mention this real quick. This is so funny. But yesterday I was going through some of Kristen Omdahl's online stuff, and she has a book that she wrote. She has a pattern for a Petra dress. I have to buy the book. I have to buy the book.
What does the dress look like?
I don't know. It just showed the table of contents.
Oh,
but I gotta get it.
You gotta get it.
Okay, so my thing is, okay, I'm looking at this. Have you tried any of them that are in here yet?
No, but now that I'm holding it in my hands, I'm going to try some at the minute we get off.
Okay, the minute we get off and you're watching Crystal's interview?
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's my thing. Okay, one of the reasons I love this is because it gives a chart. It gives a chart as well as the directions. Everything is backwards.
Oh,
so like when you're, so that you can start, I really want to get in to start reading charts. That's my big thing. But my thing is that I have a hard time where it says, okay, it just says, all right, do a Tunisian simple stitch. Okay,
Mhm.
this is before I knew what this Tunisian. It says do a TSS right there, you know, and I would say,
Mhm.
I don't know how to do it. You got to tell me how to do it.
Mhm.
So that's my biggest beef, I guess, because I wish it would be a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, it just says,
It's like you have to look back.
yeah, well, and even if you look back, sometimes it's just not very clear because it's just the words. It doesn't show pictures. So
Mhm.
it says Tunisian pearl stitches are crocheted with the working yarn in front. Insert the hook from right to left in the front bar, pull up a loop, see the right picture above, but it doesn't really show when you put the yarn. I mean, it's just
Mhm.
confusing. It's
Mhm.
just very confusing. And so I'm finding that, yes, this is going to be helpful once we learn the stitches.
Right. I've got something that might help.
Okay.
Okay, I know a couple of people on Instagram who are also on YouTube.
Okay.
Um, and they both specialize in Tunisian crochet.
Okay.
One is with Alex, and one is Noors Knits,
Yours it. Yeah.
Noorsknits. And
Okay.
both of those channels are very beginner friendly Tunisian stitch tutorials. I mean, they might have some other tutorials, but they
What
explain
was
it
the
very
first one you mentioned?
with Alex.
I know I have done TL Yarn Crafts. She has
Mhm.
amazing tutorial. I love her tutorials, and
Mhm.
that's what gave me the I don't know what the word is, encouragement. I don't know, that's not the right
Uh-huh.
word, but I mean, I saw something that she did and I went, oh, if I did that here and I did
Mhm.
that, I could do this, you know, and I was able to do a triangle instead of a what's the asymmetrical. I did a
Mhm.
triangle scarf instead of an asymmetrical scarf
Mhm.
just by trying something that she was teaching. And she said,
Right.
if you don't do this, because if you did this, then this would happen. And I thought, ah, confirmation. Yes, crafty chats. That's good. Drive. Yeah, all those things.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
perfect. Um, yeah, I love and I want to do that's the other thing I want to do is she did that Christmas sampler where
Mhm.
she did 12 blocks and I want to try that
Yeah.
just to be able, like you said, muscle memory, you know,
Right.
to get that muscle memory going.
Same.
So what are some other stitches that you have learned in Tunisian that you just love?
Well, as you know, if you've tried Tunisian crochet before, the knit stitch and the Tunisian simple stitch make this
Mhm.
curly thing, right?
Yeah.
It curls in while you do it. When I learned the honeycomb stitch,
I love
it
that.
yeah, it doesn't curl at all. In fact, I've got something, I think I put it right here. Well, I did have it right here, uh, that I made. I have misplaced it, but it makes just a straight piece of fabric, and it's
Okay.
thinner than normal
Yeah.
crochet. It almost feels knit.
Yes.
Uh, I
Yeah.
love honeycomb stitch, and it's a mix of pearl stitch and Tunisian simple stitch. And
And
basically,
there's another stitch that is the same kind of way, and it's called the oh, and I don't have it with me close by. Oh, yes, I do. Hold on. Maybe.
oh, Julie, thanks for thanks for putting those links up. I appreciate
So, yes, thank you. So she did the this is the lattice stitch.
it. Ooh, I really like that. Yeah.
I
And
love this
and that
stitch,
was
and it
very similar to the honeycomb stitch.
Yes, except there's no, the reason why I like this one better is there's no purl stitch because I don't want the purl stitch, but this was so much fun to do.
Yeah.
It really is a lot of fun.
Well,
and I even, go ahead.
It's fun when you're learning the new patterns of Tunisian, just like when you're learning the new patterns of a regular crochet, to see what it does with your yarn.
Yes.
To see
Yes.
and like with different like variegated yarns, to see how it works up with that. That's what I just love. It's like a story unfolding.
Exactly. Oh, exactly. So Diane wants to know what your favorite crochet hook is.
Oh my gosh. Oh, my favorite crochet hook right now is and it varies from what I'm addicted to at the time. Right now, my favorite crochet hook is this one.
Oh, and I love Odyssey.
It's a Furls Odyssey. Before that, this is my favorite crochet hook. But this is because I'm using it in my my great big 5-strand scrap gans.
Yes.
And it's so heavy duty and my hands don't hurt and I love it and it's heavy. I like the weight of it. This one is an eye hook that I got at Hobby Lobby, like on clearance sale or something one time. I got it, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I just love it.
See, I have a problem with those because I choke up on mine a lot. I don't hold it that far back. I hold it like fairly close to the, and so to me that part isn't big enough. It would actually have to cover, and so otherwise, I mean, I love those I love ergonomic hooks, but
now I don't like the, I used to love, these kind of hooks, but what ends up happening if it's smaller than an H, my hooks start to bend.
Oh,
I literally bend my hooks.
Yeah.
I'm not even a tight crocheter. I think it's.
So do you need to use wood hooks for that when you use something smaller?
Something with a handle on it.
Yeah. So Julie Chaffee Maza, JCM asks, what Tunisian hooks would you recommend to the first time user?
Oh, that's easy. That is so easy.
I love those.
Yeah, Amazon has a set of, I think it's called Juju. Is that what it's ZHOU? But it's a set of 11 hooks for $7.99. And you can get it on Amazon. And it is, I think the biggest one is a 6.5 and the smallest one is a 2.5.
Oh, wow. Now, see, I don't even remember where I bought mine, but I would say I would agree with Ginger that the these are called, they were called Afghan hooks long time ago. They're called Afghan hooks. I don't even know where I got mine. They're boy hooks, and they have the little thing on the end. They're aluminum hooks. So yeah, they are the best. I would not recommend, I don't know if you agree with me, Ginger, but I would not recommend the, for beginning Tunisian, I would not recommend these. And there's two reasons why. There's two reasons why I do not like these. I got them as a Christmas present. I got them for myself, I think. But, and I'll show you the reason. When you're working with, just look, there's hardly any point to it at all. There's no throat to it. I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, I see what
there's hardly any throat to that at all. So you're constantly, the yarn is constantly slipping out. It's not catching. So that's the only reason. Be careful when you buy when you're first starting. It's important that yeah, they're poorly made. That's true. Now this one I got from I think this is the one I got. One of these I got from Furls. I can't no knitters no
Knit Crate.
Knit Crate. Thank you. One of the,
I
I
got the
can't
same
remember which
one.
one it was, but they are much better.
Yeah.
They have a better hook. But yeah, do not get the wood ones. Learn from our mistakes. Don't get those.
Yeah. Now, I do want to say, if you're debating on whether you want to even get a Tunisian hook, if you're making a smaller project, or if you want to make squares or something and put them all together, you can use a regular hook.
Yeah.
You know, I would say, depending on your comfort level and whatever, you can get up to 20 stitches across on a regular
and you
hook.
could
Even
what you
more.
can also do is all you got to do is take a small rubber band, and you can even wrap it around the back side of the hook so that it won't fall off, so the yarn won't fall off.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so you could really load up the load the yarn up. So yeah, try don't spend the money on something. Make sure you're going to like doing it, because like I would hate for somebody to be like Sandy from Crochet. I don't know if you're still here, Sandy, but she went and she bought this entire set. You know, I mean, she bought the furls. No, she didn't buy furls. Maybe she did. I can't remember, but she bought like the more expensive stuff. Yeah, our pencil top eraser. That's right, Julie. But she bought the entire set thinking, oh, this is going to be great. And she's a pencil holder, and she just could not come to learn, that memory. She just couldn't do it. So, yeah, don't spend a lot of money to do something if you don't know you're going to love it.
Right.
There are cheap sets that you can get, or I should say inexpensive, like what Ginger held up, the Afghan hooks. These are called straight hooks, and then these are called with cables. And then there is such thing as what Erica pointed out, and I have this one. It is the Knitter's Pride Dreams, and I just took it out of its original case and put them in here, and it's the whole. I mean, I went ahead and filled in all the gaps. Yeah, I filled in all the gaps. So I've got from 3.5 all the way to a big one. Yeah, this one is a 12 millimeter. So, and they come with these cords, and you just choose what size cord you want to use. It's either, like a small one if you just want to have a small project, or they come with a long one if you want to make a Afghan.
Now,
if you want to make.
Where can you get those, and how much does
Amazon?
Okay.
Erica, do you remember how much the Knitter's Pride Dreams cost? I want to say they were like, I think they're around 30 maybe.
Oh,
they weren't too expensive, but
no.
When you think about one, show us yours. Come on, show us your pretty, Ginger.
Where's my pretty?
Hi, Tracy.
Oh, sorry. Every time I bend down, my hair goes all crazy nuts.
Okay, so Ginger and I are in love with our Tunisian. Now, these are not inexpensive. Just so you know. You're okay. Sandy is saying that her Knitter's Pride was 60.
Okay.
Go ahead. Ginger, go ahead.
With this, oh, I was enthralled by just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Now these are, I forget even how much they cost.
I think
I
they're
got mine from,
28.
yeah, got it from Furls, but I ordered mine. I got my stimulus check, fortunately, at the same time that Furls was having their big
Having their
sale.
sale.
So I did get the 25% off.
Me too.
And,
Well,
I
I
ordered
didn't
a
on
bunch of,
this one, but this one, no, wait a second. You know what I did? I got this when I ordered the Wander kit for the shawl.
oh,
I
yeah.
got this with that discount. They had a 20% off discount. So I got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they still have that going on. I
Do they?
believe. I think
I think it was just to the end of, I think it was just to the end of March.
no, that was the regular discount. The one they have a new Wonder. It might be a new Wonder sale, but they have it going on. I'll have to check. I'll recheck that.
Okay, so Sandy, Crochet Canada is here, and if you have not seen her, she had a video that she put out about her Tunisian, and again, don't be like Sandy.
Oh no.
Well, she went ahead and she bought, she thought that, you know, she wanted to learn Tunisian, and she went ahead and bought the set, and she's saying she spent $60 on hers, which is a lot of money for a set that you don't even know if you're going to enjoy it or you can even do it. And so yeah. Oh, look, Deneen said, I had it in my basket, just checked out. You are enablers. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so Julie said she just got a big old 12mm T hook from Amazon. Yeah. And Wanda, the backwards wrong side crocheter, says Premier sells a lot of Knitter's Pride items. Yep, they do. So does Hirschner's. Hirschner's does sell those too.
Ooh. You know, I'll totally go to the yarn when I'm on Hirschner's. I never check out anything else.
Yeah. I get their catalog. That's bad. Should not get their catalog.
The last time I got a catalog, my cat threw up on it.
And
so
no.
So I had to throw my catalog away.
Hi, Daigo. So yeah, and if you want to learn more about Tunisian, Ginger brought up two different names. One is with Alex, and the other one is Nora's Knits. And the other, I am totally in love with Tony from TL Yarn Crafts, and she bought an entire set of the Tunisian. Gorgeous. So she shows those, and then she shows the Knitter's Pride. She also shows I think she even has these wooden ones, but she shows them, goes all the way up to the Denise. Is that the Denise? Is that the right name? Erica, I think you mentioned Denise Hooks. They are more in line. Yes, they're well. So is Knitter's Pride. Knitter's Pride is fairly in line.
Oh, I do want to mention that Yarn Hookers this month on our Facebook group is having the Tunisian challenge for the month of April.
All right. So what does that mean? Tell me what that means.
That means send us on the Facebook group a picture of a completed Tunisian, or even while you're in the process of Tunisian project that you're making or have done, and enter it by the end of April. And the winner will receive that book. Whoops, it's down on the ground.
Yay!
The book, a Tunisian hook set, which is the set that I just showed you. It's
Oh, yay.
11 hooks.
I'm going to have to go put that on my wish list.
Yeah, and 2 skeins of Wonder Yarn. There's a picture of it in our the whole giveaway that can be won in our in Yarn Hookers Facebook group.
Okay.
We have links to it in either mine or Julie's or Melanie's from Hook to the Left channels, and also yeah, all you have to do is enter a Tunisian project.
Nice. Okay, let me ask you this before we wrap up. Sure. I want to say hi to Yarn Moods. Tiffany just popped in. Hi. Okay. Do you have a set of the cabled Tunisian hooks?
I do.
Do you have a preference of cabled or the straight hooks?
I like the straight hooks right now, just because I don't have as much experience with those. And the ones that I got, I'm having a little of the same problem that you did with, they're not hooked like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking I maybe just need to try a little better hook. So right now I like the straight ones.
Yeah. The Knitter's Pride, I love them. I really, really do love them. And they are, to me, they're just pointed and I think, okay, I'm getting it all mixed up, but I like it where it's very sharp on the return pass. You know what I'm saying? On the return pass, there's a nice,
like
it has a rounded head, but it's got a nice sharp return pass. So, I love it. And I mean, they go so quick.
And that's the Knitter's Pride.
Knitter's Pride, yeah.
Okay.
And there's different there's Knitter's Pride Dream, there's different levels. The Dreams is like kind of like a good point, but then they go all the way up to Gingers, which is like a huge kit. I mean, yeah, Gingers, right? I mean, it's amazing.
Have to get
that. It's huge, but it looks very very professional, very like classy. Looks very classy. Hi, Heather.
I just have to throw this in here real quick. Heather sent me my very first furls.
Nice. Good friends, good yarny friends. Yes. Okay. Does anybody have any more questions for either Ginger or me on Tunisian or crochet or yarn? I got one. Is there a yarn that you would not use Tunisian for, or that you would not use in Tunisian crochet? Is there a kind of yarn that you wouldn't use?
Vintage Red Heart Super Saver.
Because?
It's scratchy and unpleasant.
Okay. Is that just across the board or just Tunisian?
Across the board. It's like, but you'd have to travel back to the 80s to get it. So
yeah. Okay. So like, are there certain kinds of, I know there's certain kinds of yarns that work or play better with certain hooks, that kind of thing. What have you found works best for your Tunisian? What yarns work best? Is there a certain fiber?
I love them all. I like of course, what I've been using recently. Like I'm using this right now, which is the Comfy Cotton. I love it. I used the Furls Wonder Yarn, works really nice with it, as well as the Lion Brand Heartland and
you were showing the three different ones.
But all of them, I love the feel. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby, works great. That's what I made a majority of my pillows out of, with just a regular hook.
Right, right. Because you only need, for those of you that are unfamiliar, go to the Furls. If you go to the Furls website, you can download their free crochet along, and you don't have to you cannot use a Furls Streamline, Swirls, or
Right.
Odyssey with them. You can use, and
Just a
here's the
regular,
reason why.
just a regular
Because
hook.
yeah, I mean, there's a difference. You're going to be working, your work has to be straight. It doesn't grow. Okay.
Hmm.
So, but you can use a regular hook like Ginger said, because you're only putting like 5 or 6 stitches or 7 or 8 stitches on your hook. So it doesn't, um, you don't have to use a big hook. Let's see here. Do you find it easier to use black colored yarn with Tunisian crochet? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the same with Tunisian knitting or
Yeah,
crochet.
yeah. If you have okay lighting, it doesn't, to me it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, just make sure to use a lighter color hook.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Crafty says she's working tomorrow, so hitting the hay for tonight. Yes. Hi, Marshall. Oh, you're just catching us on the tail end. We got to say goodbye. So, Debbie is just popping in too. I'm so sorry. Debbie loves yarn. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed uh this live with Ginger. I really enjoy. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about Ginger and about what we like to do. So it's really nice.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
I wanted to mention one thing. Everybody knows this coming Saturday is local yarn store day. I
Yes.
mean, if you don't know, don't forget local yarn store day. And also on Affordably Geeky this upcoming week, we're going to be talking about showing pictures and everything of everybody's local yarn stores.
Oh,
So
great.
so visit your local yarn
Great.
store this week if
If you
they're
have
open.
one close by, yay. That would be great. Hey, and go to it twice for those that, that don't have a yarn store close by. Okay, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And for those of you that are across the pond, I hope you get some sleep and have a great, great day. Talk to you later. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.